Alright, I got the stream link. I'll post that. Do you mute me?
No.
Oh,
Are
there
you
you
allowing
are.
your voice to be shared?
I think I am.
Yep. We're good.
Okay. You can do like the intros and stuff while I get all these links out for the stream, so I can get some viewers in there.
Can't hear my TV though.
Shit, I didn't mean to tag everybody. Oopsies.
I've got no sound though.
Are you not sharing your voice?
I'm definitely sharing my voice. I can hear my voice.
Is your mic really low, or I can hear it? Is
Yeah,
your
but I can't hear the cars.
Oh wait, go to your party settings. Are you not? You're putting on too much of your audio. Like it's in the party settings. Audio mix. If your audio mix is like to the party to the max. Because that's usually fixable.
There we go.
So you fixed it?
Mm-hmm.
Told you. I've had that issue before.
That's the first time.
Are you joining? Or we still got 14? Or we got 14 for now. Hopefully some more guys join in. But I am going to be the driver commentator.
I'm ready to start whenever.
Wait, did you start the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can start.
Okay. Well, hello and welcome there, F1 fans. We are here at Suzuka for the WSR2 Season 3 Japanese Grand Prix. First race in 1987, this 4.807 kilometer, 3.6 mile, 18 turn circuit is a awesome race for the fans and drivers. With the iconic S's of turns 3 through 6, the turn 11 hairpin, and turn 15 of the 130R. They're going to want to get a good exit out of the spoon curves of 13 and 14 to make a run down through with the slipstream down to turn 15 of that 130R as well. Ending up with the final chicane of turn 16, 17, fast right-hander down through 18 to finish up the lap. Hard braking points down into turns 1 and 2. That's always going to see some good overtaking, and those S's again to start another lap, and then the Dunlop curve up the hill has always seen action. We are here for the Japanese Grand Prix. I've got Flip Flop Fish on board with me as he is going to be driving. We are on board right now watching M9H Racing. I think he's already put his lap up with a 127.542. I think we're definitely going to see that be beaten, and we're going to see these times improving around here. As we just started qualifying, about 13 minutes left. Flip Flop Fish, how are you feeling so far today?
I'm doing good. I'm just gonna get some bank. I'm not gonna do an official lap. I'm gonna start from the back, but I'm gonna do a few hot laps and then just pull into the pits or abort them, where I finish them, along with some of the other Tier 1 guys who are in for this race today. Should be a good race. There's a lot of strategies you can do. There's tower is pretty high, spin a lot, so there could be some safety cars. I think it will be a good race.
Yeah, definitely want to talk a little bit about strategy around here. Assuming with only 14 drivers so far, some more might join. We do have kind of a merger here today where we're seeing some Tier 1 drivers, just a couple of them, and a bunch of Tier 2 drivers as well. So does that impact you? You're saying you want to try to start from the back. as much as possible. But looking at guys like Walter Bukowski, who is leading the Tier 2 championship at the moment and had some good results in Tier 1 as well. So looking forward to seeing how he does, as he just posted a 127.409 on those soft tires. Of course, you just set a purple second sector, so you're definitely going to have to pull out of that lap if you don't want to, really hurt somebody here and hurt somebody's feelings. But again, this is kind of a little teeny merger here that we have going on. I think it's one of these days. I think it's a holiday weekend, so and one of those fun things that you do here in WSR, where you integrate a little bit and get fun races going throughout. But a couple other drivers, IM Sifi, Koss Nicholas, obviously he's in first place in Tier 1, so I don't know if he's going to even put in a time, even do a lap at all. I mean, he needs to feel free to. But see, a lot of guys, a lot of good racers around here today, and hopefully we're going to get some more joining during qualifying. They're going to decide to join as qualifying has commenced, not take over a car, and start from the back. So it's going to be a really interesting race here around the Suzuka circuit, one of the circuits I love the most. Of course, only been on the F1 calendar since 1987, but at the same time, growing up, me personally, with the little GT Sport, and we just saw Sifi, he's one of those spinners there on those S's. That's one of those things where coming up that Dunlop curve, just barely tap that inside. I'm lost for words now. I don't even know what they're called. Barely touch the inside curb there, and then yeah, it'll definitely send you. So not sure he is on. He doesn't say whether he's on an out lap or not, so that should have been a fast lap. Did I see him? He has reduced his ERS. He is not pushing any, so he's going to probably do another lap on those. I know CV, I've seen him race quite a few times. He can definitely put in some really good lap times. So looking forward to seeing that. Anything else from you? You've done your lap and came back into the pits. How did the track feel?
Felt like it always has. It's a bit of a from the controller. It's not a very comfortable circuit actually. It's a bit understeering. At least with whatever setup I have on, it's not the greatest track to drive. But when you get the setup hooked up and the tire temps are right, it's really fun. But especially on high fuel, I think I do better on high fuel than low fuel here. But it's still not a great track for me. So that's why I'm practicing tonight. And Sifi, he's a Tier 1 driver. He had a very good result last week. I think he got second. That was his first points of the season, but he's made a lot of mistakes. So hopefully he can get rid of those mistakes today and have a good race tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just looking down the Tier 2 standings. As we look at it right now, Walter Bukowski leading with 63 points. Wiki Blue is not in the race tonight. Reigning Terror, though, is on 46 points, and Ben Swerving on 45. So let's look forward to watching those two drivers get dangerously close to each other. Turkey Wecker on 27 points, sitting there in 6th place. Missing a couple other drivers as we go down the line here for the Tier 2 drivers. Let me just look at the Tier 1 drivers real quick and see who we have out here tonight. I know
championship leader.
He got Nicholas out there, but he has not put in a lap. I think he's kind of going the same way you are, and going to start from the back. Of course, the Flopfish sitting in 4th place in Tier 1 with 68 points, but you haven't raced all the races either. You've done some commentary as well. We do have Sifi sitting on 18 points. Walter Bukowski, though, has earned more points in Tier 1 than Sifi has in Tier 1. So it's going to be an interesting battle we're going to watch there as well. Who else are we looking for? Reigning Terror doing a good job there in Tier 1, I do believe, or he was in Tier 2, I'm sorry.
Carioto, I don't know how to say his name. He's a Tier 1 driver, and SOT, S-O-T-D.
Yeah, Carioto, definitely, he's picked up a couple points, usually in the Mercedes car. Is that what he's driving again this evening? It doesn't look like it. He's going to be in an Alfa Romeo. Bats Plus, though, a reserve driver for Tier 1, showing up here in Tier 2 this evening. Tier 2 combined race, racing in that Mercedes car. Just put in a 127.836 on the mediums, putting him provisional 3rd at the moment, with M9H Racing doing a 126.8 and taking over that pole position from Walter Bukowski at the moment, as we're riding on board with Juan Barano, just going around the spoon curves there of 13 and 14 up through 130R. This should be his first lap that he's going to record and put a time down. Left-hand turn right through 130R. I've seen Fernando Alonso go on the outside of that in a Renault many years back. Down through the final chicane. Perfectly lined. I just saw Juan Barano there do. A little bit wide there. He could have cut down on the inside and reduced a little bit at the track, but again, fantastic lap with a 128.065, 128 flat there on the soft tires on his first first hot lap is very well done. We've got about 7 minutes left here in qualifying. Flip Flop Fish is already retired from the session, so he's definitely not trying to put in a time here. He wants to start from the back. What this looks like also Salt, Raining Tear, Nicholas, and Sifi has put out that he's getting ready to start another lap, so we can ride on board with him. But yeah, Flip Flop Fish, how are you feeling so far?
I just crashed out there, so on the power too early, so I don't know. Probably be a good chance for the podium today, to be honest. Tier 2 guys, they aren't the quickest, they got some decent pace, but I think it's going to be fun making all those overtakes. I might make a few mistakes, which could cost me a podium, so it'll be fun making my way through the field.
Well, that's what's tough about it, is trying to start from the back, getting past these drivers. There are overtaking spots here, especially down in the turn 11 hairpin that we're seeing Sifi go as he stays more towards the middle of the track. You really don't want to take that apex completely. It really hurts your exit speed out there. The track just doesn't undulate properly, so you actually lose a little bit of traction on your right rear tire coming out of there. As he comes down through Spoon here, goes a little bit wide, a little bit of a lock up there as he comes down through turn 14, up, down, and then back up the hill towards 150R. Of course, Sifi is a very fantastic racer in Tier 1. He just had a purple middle sector there as we're watching. But I think just invalidated his lap before he went into the final chicane. So he might have the same idea. Just go ahead and invalidate your lap. See what you are capable of, but don't really post a time, as he just did a 127.447. That would only put him third at the moment, behind Walter Pikowski and in front of Bats Plus there on that front run.
Yeah. So, M9H, he's got a pretty big gap, actually, to the rest of the Tier 2 drivers. He's missed a few races. He hasn't had the greatest season so far, but he looks like he has some really good pace around this track. I know 26.8 is a pretty good lap. I think that's quicker than my time I've done on with no line, so it's a pretty good time. Wada, he's in second with his two closest championship rivals, really. Shaylee Wody, who's like, I think 5th or 6th, but he is easily the quickest driver in Tier 2. He's not here today. Neither is Willie Kid Blue, has internet issues, so he can get some points on those guys, and Raining Tier and Ben today, and he'll be in a good position for the championship. We're about halfway through now, so yeah.
Yeah, about halfway through the championship, and about 5-6 minutes left here in qualifying. As we just saw FC Danger cross the line on a set of mediums. Did he improve that time? That is his best time with a 127.9, so a sub 120, well, that's what it says. Oh, so he did not improve on his soft tires, so his best time is a 128 almost. On those medium tires, what do you think around here? Would it be best to start on the harder compounds, start on a set of mediums, take them, I don't know, 16, 17 laps maybe? Tire wear can be real harsh around here, especially with those fast S's and Dunlop and Spoon as well. So
yeah. I knew what I did in I believe it's TCR. I didn't qualify top 10, so I went under the hards and just stretched out as long as possible. The pace wasn't actually too bad. I was second with the leaders by the end of it, so if you want to start in the hards and go like 20 laps into the race, just hope for a safety car or VSC, it works. But unfortunately, I had a 5-second time penalty because of some idiots on lap 1, so that sort of destroyed my strategy. I still finished, I think, P8, and I started like 13th or 14th. So it worked out for me, stretching it out a little bit.
Something we're going to have to look at. I think FC Danger just set a fastest middle sector there. Of course, the middle sector here is not too much. You've got one harsh turn and then a bunch of fast turns. And he just went 127.136 to put himself on the front row behind M9H Racing there. with on those soft compound tires. So Bats Plus right now on an out lap, maybe on soft tires. However, already in 4th place on those mediums. So it's going to be interesting to see. Karato has already retired from the session. Flip-Flop Fish on board with me at the moment has retired. He's going to start from the back. He didn't set a time, so Reigning Terror is doing an out lap. But I think the same thing's going to happen. Attack Wolf has joined, so maybe he'll get in and start from the back. We know how fast he can be. I'd love to see it if we can get some more drivers in here. If I can just step away for 1 second and let you talk a little bit before we really get underway here.
What do you want me to talk about?
Whatever you want. You don't have to. Whatever you want. Hopefully we can get some more drivers in here. As I did see Attack Wolf just joined, so he's gonna get whatever ride he's gonna get a seat at some point. And yeah, you can just maybe invite some people, and I'll just ride on board with Juan Barano at the moment.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that for the past couple of minutes with some more guys in here. We got 15 right now, I think. I think that's going to be what we're going to have for the race, unfortunately. I would have wished for a couple more, but I think that's enough to make a good race. Especially, I think most of these guys know what they're doing, so they're not going to crash out. Even if they do make mistakes, they're not going to just quit and retire in the pit lane, so that's good too. Hopefully we can get 12 to 13 finishers. So, yeah. We got Juan Barano here. Pretty sure you're on board with him. I can do a lap then with him. He's a very good driver, Colombian. Our second Colombian in WSR, the other one is I'm Safai. Here he comes through, that's the hairpin, I believe. And we're coming up towards Spoon now. Doesn't have the smoothest steering input, but he's still a very quick driver. He had some I think he had finished... Might have finished... Did he finish top 5? I know he finished in the points in Tier 1 as a reserve last week, so... Did a good job there. See what he can do. Needs to make up 1.2 seconds on MNH Racing. Coming up to the last corner now is Juan Barano. Purple metal sector apparently. I don't buy that, but he does a 27.6. So, very good lap from him actually. Puts him up in the 4th position. We got Wada Patalski up 2 tenths in the 1st sector. And MNH Racing has retired. Comes Wada Patalski up to 130. I believe you guys don't have the onboard of him, but coming to the last couple corners, he locks up there. And he's coming to the line now. Is it going to be pulled? Wada Patalski, 26.6. Holy crap. That's quick. I'll tell you that much. So that's basically under quali. Hopefully Fab can get back here. No, he's the head commentator, so people watching the stream only aren't seeing anything right now, but it's no biggie. Reigning Tier coming up to the... Okay, Reigning Tier has completely messed it up, but he still wants to finish this lap because it'll get him a few positions on the grid up. Where he's not going to, I guess. I don't know. I would have... He still gets free choice of tires, so... In reality, it's not that bad. But that is the end of quali, I believe. We got an Attack Wolf apparently starting a lap. How in the world does that work out? He was still in the pit lane with 3 minutes left. And he's come out and he's starting a lap. I don't think he'll finish it, but... Yeah, he's just gonna retire. Yeah, he retired, so... That should be the end of quali, guys. Just waiting for Fab to get back here now. Oh, there he is. So Wada put it on pole.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it here for Season 3 of WSR2 Japanese Grand Prix qualifying here. Yeah, Wata
Cool.
did put it on pole, and I think we're in for a fantastic race around Suzuka Circuit here, as we've got some of the really nice Tier 2 drivers that have been there and been putting in the laps and putting their points down. And then we've also got some the Tier 1 drivers who have sacrificed, putting themselves at the back and gonna work on their racecraft. And I think we're in for a fantastic race here, as we did get a couple guys join there. It does look like Attack Wolf, especially. Flip Flop Fish, you're starting. Are you? Are they gonna start you in the top 10 with a no time there? That'll be interesting to watch. But you'll still get your choice of tires. So, what are your projections here?
You're a little bit laggy. Can't hear you.
Sorry, is that a little bit better?
Yeah, you're like coming in and out. It's very confusing. But I think it's better now. I think we have 15 drivers. So that's enough for a decent race. Wish they gave us the option on this game to have like 30 drivers.
I think they should. Yeah.
In multiplayer cars, but that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, at
I'm
least
telling you.
22, 26, somewhere in there. The fact that we can use, do a My Team thing, and you've got 22 cars on the grid, they should at least allow that. That would be fun. Am I still choppy? Everything sound good?
You're a little bit choppy at some points, but sometimes you're fine.
On the grid, they should at least allow that.
You're not laggy on the stream though, so
Alright.
it doesn't really matter. So might just start on the softs. I don't really want to have a advantageous strategy to get myself up to the front. Maybe I'll do what the guys behind do. Yeah, all the other guys, they're starting on softs, except for Sefai and Carioto, it looks like, according to my race director. So yeah.
Well, go ahead and start on the softs, and see what you can do. And then go for a 2-stop and see if you can maybe overtake some of the guys that are going for a 1-stop. Wouldn't that feel good?
Yeah. Maybe I have to do 2-stop if I'm not. I don't think I'll be that much quicker than Wada though. He might even be quicker than me on raw pace at this track. I'm not quick here.
Well, this is
Tell you,
definitely
I
a difficult
struggle.
circuit. I think this circuit probably favors the wheel user more than a controller user.
Yeah.
Of course, my opinion.
Yeah, I think also I have an awful setup here. Sometimes my time trial setups work. Like they're not mine. I just take the fastest time normally and just use it. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's awful. This is one of these tracks where a time trial setup really doesn't work because you just overheat the tires, and once you get that, it's no bueno.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I think most of the time trial users, what they do is they put those springs and dampers really hard on the rear end, and yeah, your rear end just burns up real quick with those time trial setups. I've taken a few of them and tried them, especially one in France, and it was absolutely terrible. I could not, my rear tires would overheat within 2 or 3 laps, and it was absolutely terrible. But around here, yeah, I mean, just a normal setup, the 5-6 wings. I would definitely, lower the front springs just a little bit, and maybe put a little bit more damper towards the rear end. But that's about it. Your camber and toe of the tires do affect your tire wear. We do have high tire wear around here, so that should be expected. When you're on a fast track like this, where there's more fast-paced turns, let's talk about Britain, France, stuff like that, you should expect that. Places like Singapore or Monaco, you can go with a much stiffer setup, and you're not going to get as terrible tire wear.
So we're about to get lined up on the grid. Sefai and Nicholas must have been messing around. They hit each other on the formation lap.
Well, definitely see that happen, but we do have Wata Pikowski sitting on the front row with M9H right behind him in second place. FC Danger and Bats Plus sitting third and fourth. Juan Barano, Turkey Whacker, fifth and sixth. Ben Swervin and Damian Carroll sitting 7th and 8th. Karato and Flip Flop Fish 9th and 10th. Sifi Reigning Terror 11th and 12th. Attack Wolf, who joined late, is now 13th with Sot 14th and Cost Nicholas in 15th. It looks like T-Bone has just joined. I think he's going to be a spectator at this moment. So if possible, I would maybe want to invite him into the commentary booth here so he can talk to us about it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I think he told me he wanted to race, but I was like, you're suspended, you can't race. So no, somebody must have invited him.
5 red lights, and away we do go. Watkowski got a great start. The other Mercedes at Bats Plus has already gotten past Juan Barano as they dive down into turn 2. Wide from Juan Barano there. Bats Plus coming back down the inside. FC Danger has made a good start there, but he's on the outside right now. Turkey Whacker in the Ferrari of Ben Swerven still looking to get up in here through the S's. Ben Swerven on the outside. He's not going to be able to make that move done at the start. The Williams of Dame Carroll, he's done a great job at the start, but he's got Reigning Terror on the inside and now the outside of him coming up through the S's, down up through Dunlop Curve. Everybody is spread out. I didn't see any incidences whatsoever except for Karato has really lost out on the start. What a terrible start he had. I didn't see any damage. Oh, I do see the front left of his wing definitely gone. Lotta Pikowski is still in control of this race at the moment, sitting in first place. M9H right behind him. There's no yellow flag or anything, right? Cars look like they're going slow. Okay. I didn't see anything pop up on my screen, but it looks like Flip Flop Fish has already moved up to 9th. Oh, and there was a massive collision. That's Ben Swerven the Ferrari off the track.
Jeez.
Flip Flop Fish, you care to tell me anything about it?
I don't know what the hell is he doing. Fucking turns in it. I gave him plenty of space. I was on as far inside as I could go, and he just turns in on me.
Well, things do happen, you know. People, as far as awareness is concerned, that is a thing in this game. Of course, if anybody does any career modes or stuff like that, they'll obviously know that.
Yeah.
There is something called awareness, and sometimes you just don't see those red arrows, especially on the right side. Like if I'm going on a turn, I'm on the outside, and somebody wants to dive bomb me on the inside to the right. Because my deployment is up, my telemetry is up, I can't really see. Oh, and there looks like that's another. Oh, is that Turkey Whacker that went off? Yes, it was Turkey Whacker and a Mercedes of Bats Plus, I believe.
3 drivers.
Both went into the S's. Now they're coming up the hill of Dunlop. They both had a little bit of an issue there. But I think I've got something going on with my telemetry at the moment. Let's get back on board. M9H Racing says he's in first place. Blue flags being shown for no reason. How in the world is Walter Pikowski sitting in 9th when he's obviously leading? No, he's not leading the race.
Yeah, M9H, Walter Pikowski wrecked and Bats Plus and Turkey Whacker, all the same corner apparently.
I'm so sorry that I missed that. I saw a little bit of it. I saw Turkey Whacker in the Ferrari really have an issue there. And yeah, Bats Plus as well. So we are riding on board with M9H Racing at the moment. He's got a 3-second gap to the guy behind him in second place, Juan Barano. So great start for both him and FC Danger. Cost Nicholas. We know he's a fantastic driver, leading the race, leading everything in Tier 1 at the moment. So, and he just set the fastest lap. It looks like it was a 1:30.212. But yeah, Reigning Terror behind him, Sifi behind him as well, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Those are all Tier 1 drivers. Attack Wolf all the way up to 8th. Flip Flop Fish, you had that little incident with, I believe it was Ben swerving.
Yeah.
I believe. So unfortunate. You're going to be able to keep that Haas on the track, and no damage it looks like to your car. What are your thoughts on the race as you first start, as you try to round the medium tired of Karato?
Yeah, dirty air is awful around this track. So your track position is important because, at least on this game, dirty air is a lot more prevalent. There's not really any more DRS trains. It's a lot more difficult to make an overtake, so you have to take your opportunities when you can. Oh,
nice dive bomb down to the inside there. A little bit late on the brakes there with that lockup, but you ended up not taking too much damage. I think Karate was also really late and just tried to maintain not going too far off the track. That was a great overtake down into the hairpin there. As you round spoon, getting ready to go down the, I guess that's the back straight here.
Yeah, we got Wadapatowski and Tackle up ahead of me. Wada's in the slipstream. Will he go for a move? He's going to stick behind him.
Those two drivers are really, really close at the moment. Doesn't look like Walter Budkowski wants to go for a move down into the inside of the last chicane. He's just going to stay behind Attack Wolf at the moment. But DRS is now on open, and Attack Wolf has just dived into the pits.
That's very... Maybe stop to hards. It's going to be difficult. But he must have wing damage or some sort of damage. But here comes... Ooh, Carioto.
He is changing his wing, just so we know that he is changing his wing. Carioto right behind Flip Flop Fish in that Alfa Romeo at the moment.
Ooh, there's a wreck. The two... that's Seppi.
Oh!
Luckily, luckily we have ghosting on for Tier 2, so... Seppi went right over the track like an idiot, but... Luckily there was ghosting.
It does happen. That puts Sot up to 10th. Sifi is back down to 11th. Walter Budkowski, the Tier 2 driver leader at the moment, going for a move down the outside on his teammate. No, sorry, not his teammate. Before the big hairpin there of turn 11, got that move done. Looks like M9H Racing is just loving the clean air out there in front. It has a 3.5 second gap on now Cost Nicholas all the way up in second place. Juan Barano in third. FC Danger right behind him in that fourth slot. Is he looking to get in that slipstream and maybe make a move down into the chicane? Is he going to be able to? Nope, just slips out of the dirty air there. I had somebody text the other day, just we all talk with each other on Discord. Somebody said that dirty air is not a factor in this game, and that is something that I wholeheartedly disagree with. I do believe it is a factor.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Dirty air is crazy on this game, actually. At some tracks, it's really bad. I don't know.
On tracks like this, when you have high-speed corners, let's say it's Monaco or Singapore, obviously dirty air is really not going to be a problem. Something just happened with Juan Barano. Something just happened with Juan Barano. I'm watching it, Walter Budkowski. I think he's already gotten past him. Who's not past him? Sifi has. I can't see. Oh, he just lost it into one of the second S's there, and probably hit that curb just a little bit, and that's his yellow flag, and that is a full safety car caution, ladies and gentlemen. We are on lap 5 here in WSR2 Season 3 Japanese Grand Prix, and wait, how does that guy get a... Somebody just got a drive-through penalty, and the safety car hasn't been out for 15 seconds.
Don't know. Sometimes
speeding under safety car is one thing, but speeding under a safety car, it's just a 15-second countdown, and it hasn't even been 15 seconds yet.
Yeah,
I don't know how he got it.
Sometimes even if you go in the red for like a second, it will randomly give you a drive-through.
I think so. I think there's definitely Spin Swerving just got a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car as well. That one I could definitely understand because the safety car's been out for a while, and obviously he was not within his delta, possibly. So unfortunate to see that. But at the same time, when safety car comes out and then 5 seconds later somebody gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under safety car, I don't think. Unless there's something like a 10-second delta rule that I don't know about. But let's go ahead and go through a rundown now. The fact that we are under safety car. We've got the leaders of the race all coming into pit. Reigning Terror, Walter Budkowski is Flip Flop Fish. Yes, sir, he is. Carroll has come in. Karato has definitely come in. Sifi has come in. Sot has come in. Ben Swerving has stayed out because he did pit earlier, but his teammate of Turkey Whacker has come in. Bets Plus is only on the back straight, hasn't made it up to 130R yet. And Attack Wolf did pit, I do believe, a lot early. It has put on the hard tires, but he's going to have a lot of racers out in front of him as well, as I think he really had to slow down under the safety car. We do have M9H Racing leading the race. He is behind they are behind the safety car at the moment. Ben Swerving has come out of that pit lane on the soft tires in second place, with Nicholas doing the hard tire compound. Ben Swerving did not pit.
Yep. That's
right, because Turkey Whacker did. So he stayed out. Is he going to come in the pits this lap? I mean, that's really interesting to see. Does he want to try to take those soft tires?
He has to pit, or else he's going to be screwed with the drive-through. He's going to be so far behind.
He does have a drive-through too. Yeah. Yeah, very unfortunate to see that though. But yeah, Cost Nicholas with the hard tires, he's in third position. Danger is put on the medium tires. Reigning Terror on the hard tires. Walter Pikowski on the hard tires. Flip Flop Fish on the medium tires. Do you think they're gonna take you? Are you trying to take them 21 laps, or are you gonna go with a two-stop and
I'm doing the two-stop.
Run your softs maybe? I don't know, with pit lap what? 18, 19, somewhere in there, 20, and run your softs.
Probably pit for the mediums. I don't really like the softs at this track. Even on light field, they wear out too quickly, so medium to medium. That way I don't have to, I'll never be locked.
You don't have to even worry about it, right?
Point.
You don't have to do any, you don't have to worry about your tire wear.
Yeah, you can just push as much as you want.
Yeah, so what are you thinking about pitting lap 16, 17, right in there somewhere?
Yeah, probably. Around that. Sounds about right. Everybody else has gone for the hards mostly.
Not trying to give anything away to the guys that are watching on YouTube.
Oh, well, I'm not even a full-time... It's not like I'm a Tier 2 driver, so...
No, I understand. I just don't want them to, you know, learn from it. But we still are under safety car. We've got one more lap to go, I do believe, around here. So, good looking race. Everything's been exciting so far. We've had a few accidents here and there, a few touches. They were unwarranted. Those S's have already taken out a couple guys. Not completely taken them out. Obviously, Juan Morano got the worst of it, putting his inside tire on one of those curbs. Especially through the second S section here. So really unfortunate to see that, but we do have a full course caution safety car right now. Coming in, safety car should be in lap 7, so we're going to begin lap 8 here of WSR2, Season 3, Japanese Grand Prix here at Suzuka.
And we'll have 20 laps. I think we're going to have a decent amount of finishers. I always hate when the safety car comes out when one guy retires, because normally it's going to cause more people to crash. Sometimes. Once you get past like lap 8 or 9, you don't even get a safety car if it stayed clean, because everybody's spread out.
Yeah, it's definitely very true.
There's more of an actually flowing race too. I like that too, when there's not really a safety car that changes the whole thing. But I hate it when I'm in the lead and there's like a safety car with like 10 laps left. I'm dominating by like 15 seconds. It's the worst feeling. And then you almost always get screwed over. Whether it be strategy, somebody hitting you on the restart.
Well, I mean, as a commentator, I think it's nice.
Yeah.
Just to give us more action to talk about the rest of the race. As a spectator, even in F1 in real life, not the game, yeah, I'd like to see it. Just because I feel like it gives us a chance to back the grid up. Like whatever happened, you know, what happened in Monza with Lewis Hamilton and having Pierre Gasly win a race. Same thing, you know, just a couple of weeks ago in Russia with Hamilton getting the penalties. But again, Bottas qualifying in first place. Looks like Karato has just left the session. I'm not sure if that is a glitch.
I'm getting him invited real quick, just before this restart. They went pretty quickly. Ben Swerve
yeah, M9H is away. Cost Nicholas has already got past Danger. Been swerving into the pits. Interesting time to do that. Really interesting time to do that, as everybody's trying to get away. Cost Nicholas is up to second. Danger, Reigning Terror, as he file back through the grid. The AlphaTauri, Walter Pikowski, all over the back of that McLaren in his gearbox, but really got to watch out for Flip Flop Fish behind him in the Haas, because he is just easily moving around. Those hard tires are not quite up for the gripping through those S sections. Carroll, on those soft tires, he's got tons of grip though, but just couldn't make up any of that gap. Cut the corner of that, yep, absolutely, down into, sorry, I lost my map, and Durger, I'm sorry, and then through the hairpin of turn 11 there, as they make their way up through Spoon. I think Flip Flop Fish has definitely got away. Watch Pikowski, Reigning Terror. Great battle going on between those three drivers. We're just going to sit on them as they do round Spoon here, turns 13 and 14, and get ready to go through 130R. up the hill. No DRS obviously, but the slipstream is massive. Who wants to get in that dirty air? Is now they're always battling back and forth. It was Wata Pekowski that gets by Raining Tear. Looks like Flip Flop Fish has followed. Raining Tear down the inside. Now he's gonna have the outside. Oh, he still made that stick. What an amazing move that was for Walter Pekowski to get by. But then Flip Flop Fish, you kind of lost out on that battle. Did you have to pull out of that?
Yeah, I didn't. I ran out of battery deployment, so I couldn't make a move on the straight.
Well, FC Danger is now overtaking M9H, it looks like. Something happened. M9H is off the track. That Petronas Mercedes is spinning, ghosted. All the way back down to 12th place. That's going to be a Sector 1 yellow flag, but ghosting is on. Koss Nicholas is in first place here in that beautiful Red Bull. Obviously, I love the livery of a Red Bull, but still a yellow flag in Sector 1. Did something else happen? Doesn't look like it. Ben Swerving is coming out of the pits, and the only thing I can see is I think everything's okay. Koss Nicholas is I'm sorry, go ahead, sorry.
I really don't know why Ben didn't pit under the safety car to get new tires on, because that's cost him so much more time.
It really did. I thought he would do it on the second lap of the safety car after, obviously he was going to be in the back because everybody had already bumped themselves back up, and then he comes in. So that's another thing, though. Did he AI? Did he just hit the pause button and then the game decided to go ahead and have him pit, and then he had to realize, oh crap, they just pitted for me. So unfortunate to see that.
Here now. Oh my gosh. It was horrible there. That's cost me more time.
I was trying to get T-Bone into the commentary. It looks like he's left, and he keeps inviting me to race at the moment. Flip Flop Fish now working on Raining Tear in that Haas versus McLaren. Haven't been able to say that very much this season in real F1. The Haas has just really struggled. As far as Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen, they've done the best they can, I think, with that Ferrari-powered engine. But as far as the chassis is concerned with the Haas, I think it's tough. I love driving the Haas. I usually try to drive the Haas in all the leagues that I do race in, just because, support American, and it's one American team there with Gene Haas and his machine company. So do love to see it, but you seem like you're doing pretty well with it. Started 10th up to 5th. Raining Tear, obviously, tier 1 driver, I believe. But you're past Attack Wolf, you're past, Seafy, you're, and now around the outside of 130R, didn't it? Down the inside is where Flip Flop Fish goes. He's got that move done. Late on the brakes, though, as he goes into the final chicane. A little bit of the curb taken there, but he's got that move done. And right behind him, Seafy is doing the same thing on Turkey Whacker. That Williams car trying to go around the outside of turn 15 there. Turn 18, I'm sorry, as they are still side by side with that DRS open down into turn 1, trying to get around it on turn 2. He's really wide there, Seafy. He's going to pick up a penalty for doing that. A little bit wide, but he gets the move done. So track position, what is that worth? Raining Tear still right behind Flip Flop Fish, about half a second there as they come up through Dunlop now. Getting ready to go down through Degner, turns 8 and 9. Flip Flop Fish, I think you've kind of got a good move here going on your medium tires. Do you think you can maybe put in a decent gap now and do that 2-stop strategy as Raining Tear is probably going for a 1-stop?
Yeah, I'm going to be able to stretch out the gap to Raining Tear. I think Wada, even when I make my pit stop, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch him. Not enough laps left. Maybe it was a 100% race. Danger, he's my main target right now. 4.4 ahead. I've taken half a second out of him on this lap. He's doing the same strategy as me, and then we got Nick, who I don't know what he's doing. I hope he pits again, or else he's going to dominate this race and make all of those tier 2 guys cry.
Well, I think you should probably make those tier 2 guys cry, because that's just the way the game works. I mean, the guy comes in on softs, pits under safety car, puts on hards, runs away with it. It's really funny. Attack Wolf all the way up to 8th, and the Renault he pit before the safety car, came out on the hards, and now that's what he's trying to do, is outpace everybody on the hards, and he's putting pressure on Sifi. And he's got Bats Plus and Turkey Whacker right behind him, and he's not really making up that gap very much at the moment. That is the best battle we have going on at the moment, is between Sifi, Attack Wolf, and Bats Plus, all within 1.5 seconds of each other as they come up through the final S's here, getting ready to round the Dunlop curve before they go into turns 8 and 9. A dangerous section coming up that hill as the car lifts up and then seats back down. Really easy to make it spin. And we're going to see that even later and later on. Anybody that has worn tires that can't grip, that car gets lighter and lighter and lighter as they start burning off that fuel. So it looks like Attack Wolf has kind of backed off just a little bit. Flip Flop Fish has now made up, I do believe, at least 8/10 of a second already on FC Danger at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, the gap actually on this lap really didn't change at all. He's using up some of his battery right now. I look up into the top left corner on the interval gap to see if these guys are using out their deployment when I'm within a second, and that way I can decide whether I use it or not, and I can save it and use it at a better time if I'm quicker. It's a tip.
Maybe FC Danger's pulling away from Watapikowski, but it looks like you might have caught up to Watapikowski by, I don't know, a couple tenths here or there. Doesn't look like it, no. Attack Wolf and IMCP are still battling, though, with the DRS down into turn 1. Attack Wolf down on the inside, goes a little bit wide there, though, out of turn 1 into turn 2. Maintains the position as he comes up the hill into the S's. On those hard tires, he did get that move done, but is that going to allow Bats Plus to actually try, as we do see some more penalties being handed out for track limits and them being exceeded. Ben swerving all the way in the back, holding it up with that Ferrari, has not been lapped. Just 30 seconds behind Carato there. Big gap between M9H and Soft at the moment, and a big gap between Turkey and M9H at the moment. But Sifi is definitely trying to pour it on to Attack Wolf at the moment. That is the closest race that we have going on between 7, 8, and 9 of Attack Wolf, Sifi, and Bats Plus. So we're just going to continue to carry on watching them and ask Flip Flop Fish if he has any ideas how the race is going. Looks like everything's kind of spreading out.
Yeah, I have awful pace right now. I'm gonna have to figure out something for tomorrow for sure. But it is not looking good, because I'm struggling to keep kind of like guys like Raining Tear.
Yeah, Raining Tear is
two drivers. But I think, 2 or 3 tenths in Tier 1, our gap between P1 and P16, with some reserves in Tier 1, was 1.2 seconds at Belgium. So, if you get a full grid with guys, the gap being just over a second between the whole field, a couple tenths could be the difference from like P6 to like P15, P16,
Absolutely.
And that's where I'm lacking right now.
Yeah, looking at it right now, like Raining Terror, you just had a terrible lap there, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Raining Terror made up a ton of time, but now in the first sector here, you've gained 6 tenths on him. So, yeah, I mean, he closed the gap to almost 3 tenths, but now it's more than a second. Sifi and Attack Wolf still really good battle going on between the Williams and the Renault, with Damien Carroll right in front of them. We know these guys are great drivers, really, really fast, have great pace. Maybe it's something to do with setups. Maybe he's got a better setup in the fast sections, and you've got a better setup in the S's, something like that. It definitely is a thing, whether you run 3-6 wings or 4-8 wings or 5-9 wings, 4-7 wings, 5-6 wings. Maybe somebody runs a 2-5 wing around here for some strange reason. That's what I run at Belgium. So, it is possible that guys are just faster in fast sections and slower in slower sections.
Yeah, and it's to count on the dirty air effect. Once he got into my DRS, he really struggled in that first sector. You could have watched before. So.
Yeah, no. The fact that there's only one DRS zone around here, in between, turns 18 and turn 1, Could there be a DRS zone between 14 and 15 going around before you get to 130? It's possible they could put one there, but they don't. And there's only one DRS zone, but there's 3 DRS zones in Singapore. Kind of interesting to think about.
Yeah. I mean, the FIA has talked about how it would be dangerous before 130R, but that corner's flat out now. So, and you're only going to have a couple miles more than you would with DRS. I think maybe they're just worried if the DRS stays open.
No, I definitely agree, and I think that maybe if it is open, they should close it between because the driver doesn't even touch it. It's not a button that the driver has to even push in F1. It just automatically happens. So it's kind of weird as far as I think. That's what I thought. But it looks like Bats Plus has just now got around Seafy there. The Mercedes versus the Williams going into 150R. COS Nicholas still setting fastest laps. All those hard tires, I'm wondering if that's going to change. Anybody's going to come in and pit as we see Damian Carroll getting off those tires and probably could put on a set of mediums. Flip-Flop Fish, are you thinking about pitting within the next 2, maybe 3 laps?
I mean, I'm starting to get into a rhythm now, and that kind of sucks because these tires actually they felt better as the runs went on. But Watapatowski's record championship leader.
He definitely went off there in one of the second sector of the S's there before getting into the second sector, before up to Dunlop curve. So definitely unfortunate for Walter Bukowski there. I think he just, again, those curbs, especially those left-hand sided curbs, you put a front tire on them and not a rear tire, you're going to be hurting. You're going to be hurting because what happens is it really undulates the car, funny, and your rear tires they lose it. They lose it. You don't get grip, and it's really funny how that happens. But it is just physics and it's math. If you want me to draw you a picture someday, you just have to inbox me, and I'll send you a little diagram. That was my poor attempt at a joke, but
there's a huge train behind Rating 2 now. I've been looking at that my map at like every lap. It's crazy what's going on behind there. It must be having a lot of fun.
Raining Terror, Attack Wolf, Bats, Watapikowski, Seafy. Yeah, those guys are terribly close to each other. I think I can't separate by any of them, but just 2 seconds at the most. Seafy's not going to be able to make the move because Watapikowski also has DRS going down into turns 1 and 2 here, and that's a really dangerous section to try to overtake. But Flip-Flop Fish are up to 3rd. That's a podium position at the moment. I have seen some penalties be handed out. I can't say that I know exactly who they are. Oh, but that is Seafy down the inside, it looks like, of Watapikowski. Tried to get that move done. Watapikowski got past Seafy there, I do believe. So great move by him. Picking it up after his little incident that he just had. So well done. Oh, and that's Bats Plus. Bats Plus has just spun and hit his car coming out of turn 9 there. Really difficult turn, and he reset the track.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you're not really getting in the way.
I don't think he got in the way of anybody.
Off.
He just, yeah.
As long as, with ghosting off, you don't want to do that. That might be penalized, but...
Right, he just lost the rear end and came around and, smashed his front. Of course, it looks like it's just, regular damage. It's not full or anything like that.
Yeah,
I've seen people smash into walls. It's full. Okay. Yeah, I figured I would see a little bit more damage then. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 2 at the moment. Why is my map not
That must be Bats again.
I think it is.
I'm pitting this lap. Not sure if Danger's going to the end, but Nicholas is dominating this race.
I was going to say, if you were getting into a rhythm and you wanted to go another 2 laps, could you put on the soft tires?
Yeah, well, they're used, and I remember what happened at Baku when I put on softs, and they were like 80% by the end. Didn't want that to happen. So I come back. If there's a safety car, I'm still going to be ahead, and I know I can defend. I'm a pretty good defender, so I can handle that burden.
Oh, Reigning Terran Seafy, well done by Seafy. He got back by Watapikowski again. And now on those hard tires is really looking to put some pressure on Reigning Tear there in 4th place as we come down into the turn 11 hairpin before up through 12 and then back into Spoon. Getting a great exit out of Spoon is paramount to putting down a great lap and overtaking here. Because if you can really challenge, oh, but no, he was perfect line, but Reigning Tear had a terrible line, and Seafy just couldn't capitalize on it. So, as Seafy, what I was just talking about, Seafy going through the Spoon curves there, could not capitalize on it because Reigning Tear made such a mistake, and it's really difficult to overtake. A little bit of a lockup there from Seafy as he comes down through the last chicane. I think Reigning Tear really wants to get around Attack Wolf as well, but at the same time, they've both got DRS, and how are they going to play this going down into turn 1 and into turn 2? Oh, and that's a spin. That's a spin by Seafy. I think he barely touched the inside of Reigning Tear there. That has put Watapikowski back up to 5th place. Really unfortunate for Seafy there. Looking back through the grid, Salt and Damian Carroll. A good battle between them. That is the final points position that we're looking at here. Salt is within 1 second. I think he's just kind of biding his time on those medium tires. Is he going to nurse them towards the end? Probably. Watapikowski now is looking to get past Reigning Tear and Attack Wolf. Again, I know Attack Wolf is a fantastically fast driver, but the fact that Reigning Tear and Attack Wolf have tried to keep up with him, they're doing a phenomenal job. They really are. We've got 9, 10, 8 laps to go here in the Japanese Grand Prix here for WSR2 Season 3. Nicholas, again, another fastest lap, doing a 129.476 on those hard tires in that Aston Martin Red Bull. He's pulled out a huge gap. To be honest, he could probably pit right now and still come out in front of FC Danger. Probably not. 17.8 second gap between him and 2nd place. I still don't think that's enough, though. Flip-Flop, you've just come into the pits. You're on a fresh set of mediums. How are you feeling?
I love it. Grip is fantastic right now.
So you're feeling better on these set of mediums than you were your first couple laps on the set of mediums you took off, as you just set a purple 3rd sector.
Yeah, barely off the fastest lap, probably a few hundredths or even thousands. Yeah, I think it's worth it because there's a high possibility a safety car comes out because the guys are pushing, they're racing. You put the throttle down too early and you're into the wall, and that's a safety car. And I'll have the track position, which I've really learned how to defend over my league racing career. I've done it for 2 years now. I've done a lot of races, especially over the Corona quarantine thing. Because I was in the house all day. I did sometimes 10 leagues a week. So I learned a lot about defending, and I can use that to my advantage compared to some of these guys who only do a league race once a week.
Yeah, well, something happened up front in front of you. Watapikowski is now 5 seconds behind Seafy.
Oh, yeah, Watt has wing damage.
And Watt has got major wing damage. His turkey whacker around the outside, inside there. M9H Racing has passed him. Flip-Flop Fish, you just got past him. Watapikowski is really, really struggling. I can't see
it's gonna be crazy.
What's going on right now. But side by side around 130R. Looks like Flip-Flop had to go a little bit wide there. He's definitely going to...
Jeez, I got lag.
I don't know, man. That was a little bit rough on M9H Racing there. You didn't give him much room there.
But you know what happened is everything lagged on my screen.
M9H does come into the pits, so he's going to put on those soft tires. I didn't see any wing damage, but he is changing the wing. Maybe just got squoshed just a little bit there by ours truly, Flip-Flop Fish. I didn't see anything terrible in that. Nothing malice at all. But Watapikowski also into the pits in that AlphaTauri coming out. I did not see if he had to change a wing as well. COS Nicholas, though, in that Red Bull is dominating this race. He did start in the back, started on soft tires, came in under the first safety car caution and put on the hards and just ran away with it pretty much.
Hey, you want to know what happened to me? I got the red X thing where like there's a red X that shows up on their screen, and Turkey Whacker's car for some reason spun right in front of me, so I had to move left, or else I would have hit it.
Yeah, it happens, man. Like you know, ghosting's on, but yet your natural reaction is to just throw your car in a different direction to try to avoid contact, even though you're not going to make any contact. So it does happen. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just pointing out observations of what I've seen. But yeah, I think that kind of hurts you though, because now you're up to 7th, but you've got a couple seconds of Turkey Whacker, and he's 7-8 seconds behind Sifi. So only 5 laps left to go here. In the Japanese Grand Prix here for CSR2 Season 3 here. Nicholas, obviously in first place in that Red Bull, has been doing a fantastic job. Danger has pulled out a 5.5 second gap on Attack Wolf. Attack Wolf did start at the back, joined late, put on those hard tires, only pit once. He is in 3rd place, getting ready to get a podium, we do think, but Rating Terry and Sifi have been trying to keep the pressure on. Sifi and Walter Pikowski spotting there, but that is Sifi. He is completely sideways there, down into the second set of S. He's got Turkey Whacker and now Flip Flop Fish right behind him. Those rear tires have got to be burnt up. He's not going to be able to get grip coming down through here. Riding on board with Flip Flop Fish down on the inside of turn 10, around the outside of Turkey Whacker at the same time through the hairpin of turn 11. With those medium tires that are nice and fresh, up to 5th place, Flip Flop Fish. Well done. Are you going to be able to maintain that through Spoon, as it looks like Sifi is now coming back at you down the inside in that Williams. Don't mean to put you on the spot. You're trying to drive, but I also want to ask and know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, through 130R.
I'm just trying to make it intense.
There you go. Well done. Up the hill, into the chicane, block them all off. Take your line. Turkey Whacker has fell back just a little bit. Sifi. Oh, okay. He's going to move left, move right, move left again, back right again, under with DRS, down to the inside into turn 1.
I tried to get a switchback. I thought he was going to go like break, but that didn't work, so I'll just have to get him past him.
I'd say that's actually pretty good driving by Sifi as well. I think fantastic driving by all the drivers today. Yeah, we have had a few incidences here and there, and that is to be expected. Everybody's battling. Everybody, you know, if you're not trying, what's the point of you even racing, right? Yeah, so well done, back and forth. Using ERS, not using ERS. You've got DRS, they don't. You know, so we're definitely going to see some overtakes here and there. Have seen some penalties handed out here. We still have 5 laps left to go, almost on our last, almost 4th lap left to go. Nicholas, obviously, with that one-stop strategy and those hard tires, has been a cut above since the safety car, and he pit and got pretty much a free pit stop. However, a lot of the drivers behind him did 2 stops, and so that's unfortunate for them. Attack Wolf, Rainy Tear, Sifi, Flip Flop Fish. I think even Turkey Whacker did a 2-stop strategy as well. But well done by them. Walter Pikowski really falling back, but I think he wants to make a move on Bets Plus at the moment.
Yeah, that's some crucial points for him in the championship if he can get some points on a bad day. Reigning tier, he's going to move up the standings. Up into 2nd, I believe, probably. He'll be pretty close to Wada, so that's going to shape up to be a good title fight, hopefully. But
yeah, Pikowski had to pull out of that coming through the Spoon section there. He was just way too far inside, and he did not get a good release out of Spoon going up through 130R. But is he going to make a run at Bats Plus here for 11th? If he wants to do anything, he's going to have to catch both Mercedes, pass both Mercedes here to maintain a points finish. But no, he's going to move up at least 1 spot as we see Salt 31 into the pits on lap 23, now 24. So very interesting to see that. Watch Pikowski trying to go around the outside there. Dangerous to do that, as he did try to turn in just a little bit too much. Is he going to try to make a move in the S's? They are side by side going through the S's. Got to be very careful here. Now do you want to go around the outside before you get up the hill into Dunlop? It looks like he does. Watch Pikowski, what a fantastic move that was. patience is its virtue as he makes the move done. Now he's way ahead of Bats Plus by almost half a second, and Sant has come out of the pits and is right behind them on soft tires. Can he put that pressure on? Wojciechowski's still got to make up about 5 seconds to get back up to M9H Racing at the moment. Flip-flop fish right behind Seafy through 130R. Can he maintain it on the outside? The Haas versus the Williams car. It looks like he does. Oh no, that was Seafy that got the better exit as he's going to get DRS though. Flip-flop fish opening the DRS, staying in that slipstream. And what can he do going down into turns 1 and 2 here? Very, very difficult section to overtake. Down on the inside, is he going to force him, push him to the outside? It looks like Seafy kind of turned in a little bit there. But Seafy's going to have to let that one go. He's going to have a terrible entrance into sector turn 3, 4, and now 5 again. Flip-flop fish, what a great move that was by you. M9H Racing just at the fastest lap with a 129.262. Of course, he is in 9th place, has just come out on fresh tires as well. So Seafy and Flip-flop fish still got that great battle going on. Who wants double-digit points here?
I'm telling you, I'm danger. He's really struggling on those mediums. Attack Wolf. He's going to be catching up to him pretty soon.
Yeah, they've only got less than 2 seconds going, but there's only 2 laps to go. So if he's going to be able to make up that time, and you know, I mean, you're talking about 3 points difference there.
Dropping off. My tires, when I pit, were like 45% with like 10 laps to go. So danger, he might get a puncture. Unfortunately for him.
It is possible that can happen. Of course, the leader is about to come across the start-finish line. Is Seafy going to be going around the outside? He's going to have the braking. He's going to have the line going in to the final chicane. They're locked up both front tires. Keeping them straight and just slamming on the brakes. What a great battle we have seen between Flip-flop fish and Seafy. Who's going to get the DRS there, though? When was that timing line set? And now Flip-flop fish down around the outside of turn 1. Got to stay to the outside of turn 2. Little bit of tire rubbing there. We've expected that. Nothing wrong with that. What a great battle riding on board with Flip-flop fish as Seafy does kind of take the lead here. Up in the 5th place with double-digit points now. 2 points available for these 2 drivers. Of course, again, I have seen a lot of penalties handed out. I don't remember who it was, but again, Attack Wolf is now within half a second of danger.
Danger and Attack Wolf, yeah, go to that. Or did they catch him? Because the tires, once you get to that certain point, they just fall off a cliff.
But I mean, this is the final lap, so if Attack Wolf wants to overtake and really make it happen, he's going to have to get in that slipstream here at 130R up the hill. Is he going to make a move? Will he even try down into the final chicane here of turn 16 and 17? He did not. He's not going to, and it wouldn't surprise me if Attack Wolf just spins himself out right before the finish line, because I have seen that happen before. Just because he knows he shouldn't be racing in Tier 1. But no, he's going to take it. He still has a lap to go. Nicholas had done that so much further. I'm so sorry. So I had it on my screen. It says lap 27 to 27. It's only because Nicholas had already done his lap. So Attack Wolf did get by danger there. We still got Seafy and Flip-flop fish fighting. Flip-flop fish down on the inside here into turn 1. Is he going to maintain that inside? And left, going to leave the room. Switchback possible for Seafy here. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Up the hill into the S's and up to Dunlop. A little bit of a tap there from behind. Somebody had a better entrance but couldn't get the exit out of that turn. Looking for any other battles that we have on screen. Carroll and Turkey Whacker, they are battling as well at the same spot. Up the hill into Dunlop. It doesn't look like Carroll is going to be able to make anything happen there as Turkey Whacker held on really, really nicely. I think Seafy has just lost kind of out there as cost Nicholas out on the final lap of the race set the fastest lap on hard tires with a 128.790. Attack Wolf is definitely going to hold on to second place, we do believe, barring penalties and this, that, and the other. But Seafy and Flip-flop fish still really going out. I think Flip-flop fish has kind of taken those medium tires through the twistier bits and the slower sections of this race and put them to good use on the final lap as Carroll and Turkey Whacker still manage to go at it. This is going to be their last run up into 130R. Is Carroll going to try to make a move He's in that slipstream, but he doesn't want to have the dirty air when he comes up to this left-hand turn. Oh, and he just dips down into it. Outside of it, a little bit more of a slipstream. Oh, it goes way left there as Turkey Wecker locks up. Oh, is he going to get the switchback? Oh my God, he's going to go around the outside of turn 18. They are wheel to wheel. This is going to be a photo finish between those two. Carroll and Turkey Wecker with a photo finish. Carroll got the best of him. That's going to put Carroll 7th and Turkey Wecker 8th. What a fantastic finish to this race. Walter Pikowski is going to come across in 10th place, it does look like. And it also looks like that, yeah, penalties didn't have much of an issue there at the end.
Yeah. Wow. That's actually a pretty good race.
That was a pretty good race. Yeah, got to give it up to Nicholas. Obviously a Tier 1 driver, starting at the back. One-stop strategy.
He will be the
first.
champion, probably. He's really far ahead. Even maybe Diego and me will make up some points, but I think it might be too much. He looks really quick at this track too. He set the fastest lap on 20 lap old hards.
Yep.
So last lap.
Well, I mean that's a lot down to other drivers not really getting their strategies right and getting their setups right. And I think he's pretty much dialed in and likes the track, so I'm going to have to give it up to Nicholas for that. Attack Wolf did a fantastic job starting 13th, 2 stops, finishing second, getting past Danger there at the end, who did that 1 stop, flip-flop, your 2-stop strategy in the Haas. Really fantastic lap. Your fastest lap was faster than Attack Wolf's. So, unfortunate. Attack Wolf didn't have any penalties. You didn't have any penalties. And looking down the row, it looks like everybody else had penalties. So that's definitely something to look forward to as far as your race coming up into Japan as well.
Yeah. Attack Wolf, he is like a Tier 1/Tier 2 driver. He races in both. Because he's not too quick of a Tier 2 driver. Like to just dominate. He's a pretty good driver. So he was the real winner, probably, like, I would say. Because for Nick, this is just like a practice race, domination.
Oh, I think Attack Wolf is absolutely lightning around here. I know he's a wheel user, so
yeah.
I just think he's really, really fast.
Yep. I guess that's it.
Yeah, I guess that's going to be it here for WSR2 Season 3 of the Japanese Grand Prix. Congratulations to all the drivers. It was an interesting event here that we had this evening, melding together some really fast Tier 2 drivers with some of the Tier 1 drivers that, show up. And so a lot of the Tier 2 drivers are consistent racers around here in Tier 2. Although we lost a lot of guys tonight. A lot of guys didn't show up. But again, that does happen. It is a holiday weekend. It is a Saturday. And other things are going on at the moment. So I definitely understand it. But yeah, Flip Flop Fish, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed commentating for you guys this evening. Hopefully I can do it next week or the week after as well, as we look forward to getting the new WSR season going.
Yeah. Thank you for commentating tonight. I am WSR Flip Flop Fish signing off.